Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have the Himmel skill trailer to review and unpack. We already did the free run skill video right before this, so let's go ahead and get into it.
さあ、楽しい冒険の始まりだ。
Himmel is a hero who lives for adventure. He set out on a journey to slay the Demon King. Wielding the hero's sword, he combines masterful swordsmanship with incredible mobility. Along the way, he cuts down.
Okay, we have the same tags as free run, but in a different order. We have Specialization in Dream Realm and then Supreme Arena second, which may even mean that Himmel is the more dedicated Dream Realm hero out of this collab. But this is crazy because both of the heroes we've had this collab in this trailer have a Dream Realm tag in this Specialization. And generally speaking, the heroes which are tagged with Dream Realm, not always, sometimes they're complete misses, like Theodore was even tagged as Dream Realm, I'm pretty sure, when his skill trailer came out. But most of the time the heroes tagged with Specialization in Dream Realm do have some usage in Dream Realm. He also seems to have true damage, as you guys can see here, and he has synergy with Free Run. Ooh, even Galahad, Damon, and Smokey. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at his skills closely and evaluate, is he gonna be good enough in Dream Realm?
Countless foes while protecting his companions. Himmel gives his all in every fight, unleashing the full power of his masterful swordsmanship. When casting his ultimate, Heroic Slash, Himmel unleashes a series of slashes against enemies in a designated frontal area that is 3 tiles wide and 3 tiles long. Each slash deals damage based on his attack. He then follows up with a massive sweeping strike that deals damage to all enemies in front of him, plus extra true damage equal to a portion of the target's max health.
Okay, right there you saw it on 2 enemies. Yeah, he follows up with a massive sweep. It deals damage to all enemies in front of him, plus extra true damage equal to a certain portion of the target's maximum health. And it cannot exceed a certain... There's going to be a cap. Obviously, like, it's not against bosses with infinite health. He's just going to deal infinite damage. There's always a cap. But this is basically true damage, which is useful in Dream Realm.
This extra true damage cannot exceed a certain portion of Himmel's attack. Himmel is light on his feet with razor-sharp instincts and reflexes. When casting Heroic Dash, Himmel dashes to the 2 enemies who have dealt the most cumulative damage, dealing damage and knocking each of them down for a few seconds. He then returns to his original position.
So this is not really for Dream Realm. This is more PvP oriented, having some crowd control and damage onto the enemies dealing the most damage. Definitely interesting. For PvP, I do like it. Like, you know, having a targeted knockdown onto the hardest hitting damages on the enemy team. However, the problem is nowadays we have a lot of ways of making those heroes unaffected. Gunner makes the hero steadfast behind him, which I believe means they cannot be knocked down. Alna makes the hero unaffected if Alna is supporting, protecting that carry, that damage dealer in the back. And so there are going to be a lot of ways of basically, you know, the top meta teams are already going to counter these knockdowns. However, it is interesting. Like, you know, it could get some value in PvP, but in Dream Realm, not really useful.
Himmel remains unaffected while casting this skill. Himmel is kind and dependable, and he always looks out for his companions. That's why they trust him and gladly follow his lead. At the start of battle, if Himmel is adjacent to at least 1 mage, 1 tank, and 1 support ally, he forms a hero party with himself and 1 ally from each of those classes. Himmel inspires all party members, increasing their basic stats and granting them a shared permanent shield equal to a portion of his initial attack.
Now, this is very interesting. He needs to be adjacent to 1 tank, 1 mage, 1 support. Now, if you're running him with free run, the mage is covered. Supports are really flexible, and in PvP or in Dream Realm, you're definitely going to be running a support. So there's no issue there. Tank is the problem. And when you're talking about Dream Realm, the tanks are not meta for Dream Realm. Like, if you, like, even the way you figure it out is actually, whenever you have tank day for Dura Trials, you're like, well, what do I craft? There's no meta tank actually for Dream Realm. Damon is like the more closest to meta we've had. Fresto sometimes, but like, both of them are not really meta. So really what we need, if Himmel is going to be a Dream Realm hero, we need a tank to also rise up and actually begin dominating Dream Realm, which we currently don't have. For PvP, definitely though, you're going to have strong tanks. You have Alna, you have Theodore, you have a bunch of good options, and you can still have Theodore energy boosting Freeran in the back, and Himmel still adjacent to both of them. That can work just fine, and probably that would be the strategy you would run. But yeah, I mean, PvP is great, and this is going to inspire them, increasing their basic stats. Depends, again, the multipliers, how much is it increasing, granting them a permanent shield. Overall, yeah, I mean, really good buffing for a warrior hero, which normally warrior heroes don't have such great buffs for your allies, so that is good. Oh, and of course in Dream Realm, if a tank does become meta, then, you know, these buffs again could be good enough. And you can have him buff Galahad in the back. It doesn't have to be, if Freeran is not good enough as a Dream Realm damage dealer, you can have Galahad in the back and Himmel still buffing them, so Himmel still has that potential with other heroes on the team.
When casting the skill Hero Party, Himmel strikes the target multiple times, then converts part of the damage dealt into healing for all party members. Once Himmel's exclusive skill is unlocked, Blue Moon Weed petals will sweep across the battlefield at the start of battle, granting permanent stat buffs to Himmel and his party members. Tank and support.
The shield is pretty big. The team party that he has is skill, the shield. But now Blue Moon Blessing at the beginning of battle, his exclusive skill is the petals are going to sweep across the battlefield, bestowing blessings on Himmel and his party members. The tank and support will increase their maximum health by a portion of Himmel's initial attack, as you guys can see here, which looks like less of a health increase than even Celise. Celise seems to increase your health by more than this. And then your mage and Himmel increase their attack by a portion of Himmel's initial attack, which is good, again, for if Freeran is your damage you have for PvP, or if you're using Galahad in Dream Realm, then, you know, a further attack boosting your mages, that is good. But yeah, in terms of the health increase, doesn't seem that game-changing, but you come with the shield as well, so like, that is good.
Support members gain increased max health equal to a portion of Himmel's initial attack. Mage members and Himmel gain increased attack equal to a portion of Himmel's initial attack. If Freeran is part of Himmel's hero party, Himmel places a flower wreath on her, permanently increasing both his and Freeran's penetration.
Okay, so this is the added synergy between Himmel and Freeran specifically. Their penetration for the whole battle is going to be permanently increased. Now the question is by how much? How much is the penetration going to be increased? And the problem is, like, if the heroes are already mainly just dealing true damage doesn't need penetration. Penetration does not benefit true damage output at all. It only benefits your raw physical or magical damage that these heroes have. So obviously it is still going to boost their damage, but the thing is, you know, your true damage is going to be exactly the same, right? Basically, not going to benefit from penetration.
Once Blue Moon Blessings is upgraded, a few seconds into the battle, Blue Moon Weed petals will sweep across the battlefield again. This heals all party members for a portion of their max health and removes all their debuffs.
Removes all their debuffs? That is big. Because especially in PvP, like in Dream Realm, because this is only a one-time thing, right? It's not like it's gonna keep cycling and getting rid of your Necro Draken, you know, debuff that he has on your whole team. This seems to be early in the battle. This is very PvP oriented, in my opinion, and it can cleanse those debuffs that the enemy may inflict on you. Could it even cleanse Bonnie's debuff dot damage? That would be crazy. And if it does, that's really gonna be another nail in the coffin for Bonnie. And I guess nail in the coffin isn't the perfect term because Bonnie's not near dead, but like that's really going to counter Bonnie pretty hard, or any other heroes that really rely on debuffs. Yeah, so I think overall, this is interesting. I think Himmel, I'm really liking him because he's like supporting the team. Heroes which have a lot of utility for your whole team, like Celise, we've seen how dominant they are in PvP. Because Celise just increases the health of your whole team, she increases the attack of the whole team, she has massive healing for the whole team, and then she also has high damage output onto the enemy team. So for all those reasons, Celise is just such a great hero to slot into practically any team. Himmel could be similar, honestly, with all the buffs that he has, this utility debuff cleansing that he has. We don't really, as of right now, there's hardly any debuff cleansers in the game. There's practically none. And Himmel's attack increases for each surviving part. I think Himmel's looking like a beast, guys. Like, I know everyone's excited for Freeran because she's the main character of the anime, of course. But let's keep watching what we have here.
At the same time, Himmel's attack increases for each surviving party member. Himmel is powerful, and his strong sense of justice inspires everyone fighting beside him. In battle, he unleashes all kinds of sword techniques: rapid slashes, swift dashes, crushing knockdowns. He makes it all look effortless. And the morale boost and blessings he grants to his hero party make a huge difference. They greatly strengthen the entire team. Huh, more monsters are coming for the hero party. Not good. Their boss just showed up. Himmel charges in first, using flawless swordsmanship and swift movement to land heavy blows on the boss. The rest of the hero party is inspired by Himmel. Their basic stats increase, and they gain a shield to help them withstand enemy attacks. Then, the Blue Moon blessings sweep across the battlefield, permanently strengthening the party's stats. Inspired and blessed, the party moves in and joins Himmel in driving the boss back. Wow, look at all those petals! It reminds me, there are plenty of gorgeous flower fields like this across Hesperia. When the wind blows, the whole sky fills up with color. If everything goes well on this journey, maybe we'll take everyone to see them someday.
Okay, one just final thing I was thinking about, while they're ending off this video here, is that Himmel, he's buffing the mages and himself with the attack buff, and he's buffing the tank and support with the health buff. Now, buffing support with health buff for Dream Realm is not actually useful. For PvP, it's useful. If we just look back, where is it? Hero Party. Is it in Hero Party or is it in the exclusive skill? But like, basically, buffing, I think it's exclusive skill, yeah. Buffing your tank and support with health is only good for PvP. For Dream Realm, you want your support like Contest. Contest has HP loss damage in her kit. You want her to have higher attack. Same way if it's like Valara, you want Valara to have higher attack because her stat seal is going to be dependent on her own attack stat. You don't want her to have higher health. It's not really going to change your Dream Realm score. Mage's attack buff is good, and this will apply for all mages. And there are, mages are basically the meta of Dream Realm, like Galahad. Shmira was, not really anymore. But the other problem is there's no buffing mentioned for Marksman. And Marksman, we have Sylvan, we have Alicent. We have these heroes who are dominant in Dream Realm. Himmel is not going to be able to buff them, right? He's only... So this is very strange to me that, like, it's very specific in certain classes, not like, for everyone or anyone adjacent to him. It's just like either you're a mage or you're on your own, basically, with Himmel. So that is, yeah, that's a bit of a problem, honestly. And from looking at his overall kit of the skills we've seen right now, he has buffs. But are the numbers going to be high enough? The numbers have to be really high if these buffs alone are actually going to make him meta for Dream Realm. He has true damage on his ultimate. They did mention that. But like, again, this is AoE. And when you're just talking about one boss, is an amount actually going to be high enough? It is going to be capped at a percentage of Himmel's attack, and it's only on his ultimate. Doesn't have true damage on his other skills. He does have, he has a lot of things going for him, but I'm seeing he's leaving more like a PvP angle, at least as of right now, but the thing is, right, in these skill trailers, they neglect the Supreme Plus skill and they neglect the Hero Focus. Usually Hero Focus is not that game changing, but some Supreme Plus skills are absolutely game changing and make a hero from basically not relevant to actually very meta. Like, even the same thing happened with the Saida skill trailer like quite a long time ago. When I saw the Saida skill trailer, I was like, I think she's too slow and she's going to die too easily. But then her Supreme Plus skill has 2 extra lives, basically, because she has 2 drain seeds planted on 2 allies, giving them a big shield, and then if she dies, she resurrects from one or both of those drain seeds eventually. So, like, that completely changes things. So, like, obviously, we do not know with the Supreme Plus skill of these 2 heroes. It could completely change and boost them to a whole nother tier. But like, from right now, I think these heroes are interesting. I think that for PvP, definitely. For Dream Realm, I am not convinced, honestly. I think there's a potential, definitely. But like, unless there's something game-changing on the Supreme Plus skill, and even with that, I would still not be 100% convinced, because, we have huge heroes for Dream Realm. We have Galahad, for pre-endless, we have Sylvan, we have, Twins, and like, so many things, and new Celestial Hypogeans coming out next season as well. Like, so, I think it's going to be tough for them for Dream Realm, but for PvP, I can definitely see it. But then that would make them more of a luxury. But let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts about Himmel in the comment section down below. Are you hyped for him? Are you more hyped for Freeren? Let me know what you're thinking. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.